Hey guys, so I'm going to show you the TrailTech Voyager, give you a little walkthrough of the features that it has. I'm still new to the Voyager, so I'm not an expert, but I've educated myself and figured out some of the features on my own. And online there is a user manual, but it's not very helpful. So hopefully this will help you out if you have one, or if you're interested in getting one for your bike, or if you're interested in a beta, which comes with it standard. First thing is it's directly attached to the stator on your battery, so it will charge itself. It has an internal battery, lithium battery inside of it, and if you scroll down to some of the screens, you'll see the battery gauge here. It'll tell you what the internal state of the internal battery is. So the main menu has a tachometer, an engine temp sensor, obviously the time, and miles per hour gauge. It takes your miles per hour based on the wheel speed. So there's a sensor in the front wheel, and it will track your miles and that sort of thing based on the front wheel, which is really nice because the GPS is not a very accurate way of tracking miles. So yeah, we'll see that in some of the other screens here. But attached to the stator, charges itself. It also gives you the state of your battery. So the battery on the bike, it'll give you how many volts. I don't really know what that means, but I guess 4 is fine. It's been at 4.1 before, so I guess you'll see this drop if the healthier battery starts to go. So let's go back, main menu, and then you use this toggle switch here to scroll down, and that'll bring up the map screen. I have imported some tracks, they call it, from the TrailTech Voyager website, and you can go there and download these maps. They're not maps really, and that's the biggest problem. They are tracks. So if we zoom out, you can see all the tracks. I've downloaded them all of California, and if you zoom in, you can see the tracks themselves. So once you get to this location, it'll be zoomed in a lot closer than 15-mile scale, and you'll see a cursor which will indicate your direction that you're traveling, so it'll be easy to follow this track. So that's great, but it doesn't give you any reference points. It doesn't give you any topography. It doesn't give you roads leading into it, so you kind of have to take the SD card out, go on to the app on your computer and map it out using the satellite imagery and stuff like that, and road mapping, and find your way to these tracks. And then once you get there, you're going to be able to follow the line. But not very good in my opinion. I think the Voyager Pro has actual maps and things that it shows, not just the track. So that's a pretty big downfall of the standard Voyager. So you might want to get the Voyager Pro, but this is a good introduction into the Voyager and the way they do things. If I haven't mentioned it already, this is the enter button, and this is the back button. So we'll just go back to the main menu. Let me just talk to you about importing the Gpx file. So you take the SD card out. It's located here on the side of the Voyager. You take that out and you use an adapter to plug it into your computer, and then you download the Gpx files onto the SD card. Then you plug the SD card back into the Voyager, and then you go to the main menu screen, and you're going to go to import ride, and then you'll see your files will show up here on the SD card. So you'll go ahead and you'll select the folder where you have the Gpx routes, or tracks as they're called, and then you'll scroll down to the ones you want and just select them, and they'll automatically import. So it's really simple. We've got a map screen, we've got a temperature data screen, which gives you like a map of the temperature readout. I've cleared the memory on the Voyager, so it's not showing me my last ride. But that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't really care about the temperature of the engine, but if you do, it's nice to be able to look at that. Your altitude mapping is cool. I think that's a really good feature. You do your ride and you can see like, you know, the altitudes you've been going at and find out how high that peak was that you bragged to your friends about. And then if you go down to user data, you'll see your GPS speed, wheel speed, GPS odometer, and wheel odometer. And you notice the difference there. So the wheel odometer is probably more accurate. And the user data is pretty cool. You can scroll over, you can see the engine trip time. And then the Navigator screen is kind of cool too. It's kind of fun to just ride with this screen up because it shows you the compass, and then you've got your stopwatch here. You can see how long you've been riding. And then the satellite screen at the bottom, I don't know what it does. I guess you can acquire different satellites or whatever. Mine just has this acquiring satellites ... window that never seems to go away. So I guess it thinks that I can't acquire a satellite, but the GPS obviously is working, so I don't know. That about does it for this. If you have any questions, comments, please leave it down below. And if I don't know the answer, I'd love to find it out on my own and inform you on more information on the TrailTech Voyager. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.